This is the Video Olympiad Colorama. It's a color TV game. It's not a color TV game. It's a color TV game. It's the same in the front and the back, and it's black and white. But if you go over here to the TV set, it's in color. Now they should have made the box in color as well. Anyways, it's got a lot of neat additions to Pong that the other Pong games didn't have. First of all, it's in color. You can play one or two player. One player, you control both paddles and they go at the same time, so you're really playing against yourself. And they changed the things to the practice squash variation. So there's some different things about this than the other one. So there's 6 games, really 3 with 3 different variations, or total of 6 games. So let's take a look at this system right here. This controller controls the right paddle, and that controls the left one, and so they're attached to the unit. They're not removable. Down here you have on and off, and over here you have 2 players and 1 player. See, on 1 player, you control both of these guys going up and down. And then in 2 player, each of these guys can do separately, so that way you can play yourself, back and forth, bing, 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 bing. Up here, let's take a look at these different units. It says handicap left and right. Well, if you press left, the left paddle goes from large to medium to small, to large, medium, and small. So you can have the right one go to medium, small, or large. The other ones, they were the same size, but this one you can control whether small or large. So if someone's a beginner, you can have him in a large paddle and you could be at a small paddle. So I kind of think that's neat, that they did that. Over here you have games, select and start. If you press start, the score goes to 0-0 and it resets the game. Basically it resets the numbering. It doesn't really start the game, it resets the numbers. Here you have select. You go through the 3 games. There's Pong, here is squash, or practice, depending on what it is, and here is a hockey variation with obstacles. It's kind of almost like a foosball type game. So let's go through each of the 3 games one at a time. We're going to start off by making both of these players, large paddles, and it's a 2-player game. And it's just like your regular Pong, going back and forth. Now let's make it a single-player game. Single player, you're controlling both of these at the same time, and you're going back and forth. And that's all is to it. So let's go back to 2-player for a second. Now, if you bring your left paddle down, you see how your left paddle is down like that? That's a pause. So you can pause the game and go to the men's room or wherever. So it's actually an early pause, which is kind of neat. Later on, the Atari 5200 had the pause thing. Well, I found one that probably predated the Atari 5200 by a few years right here. And this is a pause type thing. And when you bring your paddle back up, it continues on. So I think that was kind of cool. Let's go to the second game here. Now, this is a 2-player game or a 1-player game. So let's put it in a 1-player game. Right now, the left guy and the right guy are playing. The right guy is the blue, and the left guy is the orange. So there you go. Blue goes, then orange, then blue. Now, if you notice with the other Pong games, they had both of them on the screen at the same time. This one rotates between the 2. And wherever your paddle was the last time you played, before it disappeared, it pops back up. So that's kind of weird that they don't pop up in the same place. So that is squash, which is a 2-player version of this. Now, if you move this down to single player, what you're going to notice is the right controller controls both. So the same guy controls both of these. The colors will change between blue and orange, but it's the same guy that still goes. And that would be considered practice on most of the Pong systems. And just changes colors, which is kind of weird, but I guess it's letting you know that the other guy's churn. Alright, let's go to the third game. This here Well, this is a single player down to double player here. So you have 2 players. This is a variation of hockey. I'm going to call this foosball. You know, I'm not even going to call it hockey because it's not really hockey. It's hockey with a bunch of little obstacles in there. Now the game goes up to 15 like all the other games as well. So that's the 2-player version. Now, the 1-player version is like this. You get to control both controllers at the exact same time. So that way, you know, you can always play the game by yourself. And you get those little obstacles that are in there, which is kind of a neat addition. So here we go. There's back to Pong. There you go. This is the Video Olympiad Colorama Color TV game. One of the many home Pong type systems that came out.